Stanley Parable 2? I thought this was the Stanley Parable 1. Or the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. Yes, it is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe Edition. And hey, I remembered to turn my microphone on this time. Ha ha ha. I still cannot believe that I did that last stream, where I did not have my microphone on. That just makes me so mad. Let's see here now. All right.
This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Welcome
Stanley
back.
worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee
With all
number
the balloons and
427's
everything.
job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and...
Sorry to skip the narrator's riveting thing, but if you watched my stream yesterday, you saw it all yesterday. Now, this edition is gonna be me going after some of the other endings and excuse me, some of the achievements that I did not get. Now, I will not be able to get 100% of the achievements in this game by virtue of the fact that there is one achievement that is like, it's almost like such a troll achievement that it's not even worth like mentioning. It's, you know, Stanley Parable, don't play the game for 10 years. So, yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
Man, you guys remember when or if you guys ever been to like an office party and all of a sudden, like, you know, somebody accidentally loses a balloon, or you lose a balloon at like a little kid's party and it gets stuck in the ceiling and you have to wait forever for it to come down, especially if it's like a Mylar one? I tell you, that's annoying. But yeah, this is going to be an achievement run / going through. Oh, it's going well, Toy. Thank you very much. Yeah, and I remember to turn on my microphone this time. I know I keep harping on that, but it's one of those little things where as like a streamer, be like, it's almost like as important as turning the game on. But I digress. But yeah, this is going to be mostly an achievement run and getting through, getting some of the other endings that we didn't get. When we last left off, we actually booted up the Stanley Parable 2, except not really. Now we're just kind of running through. Ah, hey Crows, how's it going? Yeah, we're doing well here also, so...
Oh, please. Are you really just doing this for the achievement? Click a door 5 times. Is that all that you think an achievement is worth? No. I can't just give these merits away for such little effort. A measly 5 clicks. Now suppose you were to click the door 20 times. I would say that's the kind of effort that warrants recognition.
Okay, I'll do it. Open up!
I have to say, I'm
I
still
need your
not feeling the
TPS
satisfaction
files.
of witnessing true effort for a noble cause. Perhaps 50 clicks will do it. Yes, almost certainly 50 clicks.
God damn, this narrator's trolling me. Open up! I need to know where what the password is to the vending machine.
No, I'm still not feeling it. I want this achievement to have meant something. It has to be a true reward for valiant effort. I want to see some hustle, Stanley. I want to see commitment, a willingness to go all the way, no matter what the cost. Why don't you go put 20 clicks into door number 417?
Okay. I'll do it. I can't jump. Yep, I can't jump. That's an achievement. No, seriously, we disabled it. Okay, so he said 417. We're almost there. 420 blaze it, anyone?
Maybe Stanley would never pick up the bucket. A lonely bucket, lonely and miserable, and Stanley-less. Such a sad fate for a bucket.
Oh, hey, it's the
Stanley
bucket from the
picked
sequel.
up the bucket.
The narrator
Great.
is awesome.
Now, go touch the bucket on door 437 a few times.
Oh, God. All right. You win.
Yes, now we're getting somewhere. How about door 415? Give it some bucket love.
Okay. The things we do for achievements these days, eh?
Now back to door number 437.
You know, I don't have to actually hold on to this bucket, you know. I could discard it at any time. I can just go ignore all your instructions and go to the Rocket League and Firewatch.
I think the copy machine needs some attention. Why don't you rub the bucket on it a bit? All right, back to room 417. I'm really feeling it now. I think we're getting somewhere.
Never have achievements been so tedious yet so kind of addicting.
Now bring the
in their
bucket
own way.
on top of employee 419's desk.
Oh, over there, okay.
Yes, this is great. Now the bucket knows exactly what it's like to be employee 419. Now, let's introduce it to door 416.
You mean, just soul crushed?
We've almost got it. Now make the bucket and the copy machine touch again.
Ah, the forbidden romance of an office.
Finish it off, Stanley. 5 touches of the bucket on door 430.
Okay. I'm trusting you. I think I walked past it.
Yes! We did it! Wow! That felt amazing. You know, not all buckets will get this kind of experience. They won't all know what it's like to slam repeatedly against nearly every door in one section of an office building, or what it's like to be employee 419. Buckets may dream of an experience like this, but few can say they've truly lived it. You've given a bucket hope today. Stanley, I'm very proud of you.
Things I cannot touch, or things I cannot drop the bucket. Fallout 4 achievements? Yeah, I will say that what probably got me... I don't know what game actually got me most strugglesome about achievements, or most under the collar about achievements. That's a good question to think of, actually.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
Okay. We're gonna do this with the bucket. We'll play it straight this time.
Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
But yeah, no, I can't actually remember.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office.
This is like literally one of those lol so random moments. The bucket.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in
cold
his
steel
darkest of hours,
soothes.
did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce
Oh,
the dark
yeah,
clouds
that
of
too,
confusion
yeah,
and chaos. It would be with him always.
Yeah, Bethesda.
The bucket would. And he knew it. The two of them were inseparable.
Able
At this
to create
point,
amazing
Stanley was so
worlds,
absorbed
yet
in the tender
at the
spiritual
cost of
connection he
being ever
shared
so
with the
glitchy.
bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845.
Uh-oh. Delete? Yeah, I know, I messed up.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. But
Yeah,
Stanley
yeah.
guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him?
Oh,
Yes,
yeah,
this is certainly
I'm
the most logical
positive.
explanation.
I'm trying to remember. There have been at least 1 or 2 games where I've had to restart just for an achievement.
You found
Hey,
one of them.
Stanley figure!
One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I've tried. So, I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
Except, I know for a fact that you get, one of the, quote, glitched achievements that's, quote, broken. Yeah. See, I would pull up my achievements list to kind of look up, because there was at least 1 or 2 achievements where, like, the game crashed where I was kind of pissed. I'd say the Assassin's Creed games probably fell into that category where I was like, I did the thing. Why aren't you unlocking?
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself together, if not for the bucket. Soothing him, comforting him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine.
It'll catch your vomit and your tears when you realize what's going on.
Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
This is the one area that I haven't gone down yet, and I'm saving it for later. Yeah, I've read about the 10-year achievement exploit.
The lights rose
that's the
on an
one that I'm
enormous
not going
room
to do
packed
on
with
stream
television
because
screens.
it's
What horrible
just
secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves.
But yeah, still, it's an interesting one. Obviously done mostly for the sake of completion.
The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
Still, whatever company this is, the fact that you've only got 2 employees that are out of like 600 that have been fired, that's damned impressive.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as well?
No kidding, yeah.
Had the bucket been told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind. No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! He squeezed the bucket tighter, his one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket.
Well, and the narrator who
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he and the bucket would dismantle the controls for good. 2 best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system.
Okay. Alright. I see getting out here. But the cheesy ending is the bucket of me getting here.
To the source of the room's power, Stanley and the knew it was their obligation to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for.
Yep. All right.
Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes!
Yes!
They had done it! Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and to... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty, until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave. Even the facility itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth of the bucket, would go to any lengths not to part with the bucket. No.
Oh, God.
Stanley can't leave this place, not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has anything to say about it.
Yes, the narrator
Stanley
does
realized
make this game.
he would never again leave this
Get
very
this
room.
guy more
But
acting
at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
And reset. All right, let's hunt down those figurines when we do get reset. And then, I don't know, maybe we'll ignore our friend the bucket, but maybe we won't. I don't know. We'll see. That's the fun of this game. Yep. Sorry, bucket.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Nice. Figurine Finders Committee. Sorry, bucket. No ride for you. We're gonna ignore his directions this time.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Yep,
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
Yeah, I know, like, that was an ending. Some of these endings are, like, kind of like, almost like a troll. Like, some of them are supposed to be obviously very whimsical, like, hey, you know what, Stanley? Let's see what you like. Let's trap you in Firewatch. Oh no, it's too open. That's too open-ended of a game. Let's put you in Rocket League. That's what'll make for an enjoyable experience, right? Oh, you don't. Oh yeah, you're having too much fun in Rocket League. Oh yeah, well I'm just gonna leave and force you to jump to your doom.
Truly a room worth admiring.
Yeah,
it had really been worth the detour after all.
There are more.
Just
there
to
need to
spend
be
a
more
few
games
moments
like
here
this,
in this
but
immaculate,
obviously
beautifully
ones that
constructed
actually,
room.
Like, try hard.
Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
Not simply just for the sake of it.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Like, yeah, they just can't. They can't. These games can't just exist for the sake of them. But a well-made game like this, I know some people like Goat Simulator as a troll game, but I prefer a game like this.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
You know, sometimes I wonder that, but, you know, not often. Oh, there's the figurine. How do I get to it? I actually have no idea how the heck I'm gonna get to that. Oh, hey, not impossible. Steady.
Another miniature Stanley figurine. This, there really must be a snappier name for these things. What about mini stands? Stanley figs? What about Stanlerines? Yes, I think I like that.
There you go.
Another
yeah,
Stanlerine
like
under your belt.
Yes, sir. I like that. That's a good name. Okay, so now can we actually take that vent to go back out? Or... Actually, there's a door down there. Could we just leave through there? I doubt it, but... Oh? Oh, maybe we are going down there. You know what? Let's do this. It's not what I intended, but you know what? If this actually does lead... Yeah, it does. Let's do it.
Stanley had now gotten himself so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten path that it seemed the office had begun so far off the beaten.
Ah, a tape recorder.
You didn't think I was actually just a recording, did you? What a silly and trite explanation that would be. All the back and forth between you and me, all the absurd adventures we've been through, and it all turns out I'm just a tape recording? It was all just in Stanley's head. I bet that's the kind of twist you think is revelatory. I bet each and every time you watch a movie where it turns out all to be in the main character's imagination, you must absolutely bolt off the couch in pure shock at the phenomenal and intricate storytelling. It must be so simple to be you. Life being an unending waterfall of surprises and delights. How much more exciting you must find the world than the rest of us do. Now I've become sad. Look what you've done to me. This is all your fault.
I'm going to be so mad that I have to reset the game again. Tish, tish, Stanley. Ugh. And restart. I know where to get the other figurines. One of them will require me to go through an ending we've already seen, and the other will require me to go through most of what we've seen, but I'll diverge in one or two ways.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Blah, 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 blah. Now, there is a speedrun achievement, too, that
when Stanley came to a set of two open doors, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Wow.
Hate working on Saturdays.
This room. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And no. I didn't actually ever use that lift either, too, so there's that.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing. But in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
Okay, well, that was actually kind of worth it because I hadn't actually experienced a legitimate death scene like that, so it was actually worth it. Yeah, it's actually kind of... It probably should be the easiest ending to get for obvious reasons. You just got to find a high place to jump off of, and that's it.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, you're right. I think there is. I think actually the Rocket League one is basically a suicide ending.
When Stanley came to a set of two open... This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and
then, of course, there's the one... The very
Perhaps
first
he wanted
ending,
to stop by the employee lounge
first
first,
ending that I
just
technically
to admire
got
it.
was turning on the mind control device and actually, like, having it try to get it to work.
The lounge was sublime,
and the narrator,
a work of
like,
art.
holding me hostage.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first
believe
open
that.
door on his left.
I wanted to drink that in a little more, so I might actually experience that one again.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone... What? Really? Yeah. I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
I will say that the creepiest ending, by the way, is the one where you go up there and you get, like, the wife and you're, like, trapped in the room. That's very creepy in its own way.
Now listen carefully, this is important. Stanley walked through the red door.
Yay!
Okay, I'm going back to the name of these little Stanley figurines, and now I'm torn between Stanlerines and Figlies. What do you think, Stanley? What name better encapsulates the intrinsic sense of happiness that you get from seeing a small number in the corner of your screen go up by 1? Let me sit on it. I'm sure it will come to me.
Stanlerines. Alright, so should we obey him this time? Because I actually did the, like, full-blown ignore him last time and got him mad, so I think I'll actually go through with this because I need to get to a reset point, so I might as well.
Oh, thank God you are willing to listen to me. Do you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I wanted to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Okay. Okay.
What do we want? What are we looking for?
I don't like this. Oh God. The universe!
Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it?
Interesting.
If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
Let's ignore the voice.
No, wait. Where are you going?
Ah, boring office walls. Let's see
no.
the rest of the office,
Stay
shall
away
we?
from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this.
Oh. Well, you mentioned it, Toy Toy. Here's another suicide ending.
Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.
Me?
Please, Stanley, think about what you're doing.
Well, allons-y!
Oh, thank God you lived. You had me worried there. No, what are you doing, Stanley?
Well,
please,
let's just do it
I'm
again.
asking you not to take this away from me. I can't go back to what I was before. If you die, we'll both go back. Why are you doing this?
Well, what are you? Tell me! Alright, let's try this again. Allons-y!
Stanley, let's go back to the other room. Can you do that for me?
No. No.
My God, is this really how much you dislike my game? That you'll throw yourself from this platform over and over to be rid of it? You are literally willing to kill yourself to keep me from being happy. Am I reading the situation correctly?
Well, maybe if you tell me who you are, I wouldn't throw myself off this ledge. Yeah, I do feel bad for the narrator sometimes. I mean, again, I suppose you're not supposed to know what he is. He's just supposed to be the narrator, but still. Alright, third time's the charm. Allons-y!
Or maybe you're just getting
Really?
a kick out of it. I don't know anymore. I just wanted us to get along. But I guess that was too much to ask. It looks like you wanted to make a choice after all. Well, this one is yours. Do you actually want to stay alive? Or are you just teasing me?
No, I'm not teasing you. We'll change our mind here. Ooh, pretty lights.
I wanted us to be happy here, Stanley. I really did. I still thought that was possible.
Ah, pretty lights. I don't think this ends and restarts. Yeah, no, I have to go through with this now. Yeah, I just want to give him some hug. Yeah, Lucy, you got some explaining to do. Exactly. Well, I don't think that I have a choice. I'm hobbled and pretty much I think I have to finish what I started. Sorry, narrator. Oh, by the way, in case you're wondering what allons-y means, I googled it. It's French for let's go there. Thank you, Doctor Who. And one more time. Allons-y!
Is it over? It's going to restart, isn't it? I'm going
Fourth
back.
time was the charm. I mean, how inhuman must Stanley be, though, to jump from that height and not have, like, shattered tibia and fibias and all that stuff? Yeah, okay, cool. I don't think that there was any other way. I think I had to either stay in the room with the light show or I had to go through with the jumping 4 times, so... Ooh! New setup!
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
New layout.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Yeah, now we're gonna play it straight because we gotta go to the boss's office area for the last 2 trophies. Whoa! Trust the completionist instinct. How can we find them? Oh, I see. This is for the figurines. There are many questions, no message. I see. This is for the figurines now. I see. Maybe we are the collectibles. Shut the frick up. Nice. Yeah, so we have to find them. Building a bridge. Nice. Well, I would sell them, obviously. Oh, God. Why do they look like 427? Why wouldn't they just tell us something will happen? This investigation, this room, they feel pointless, to be honest. Damn. Nice. We need more planks. Warehouse. Yeah, warehouse access plan. Mission status. Stairs. Something to do with stairs. Private but smelly place. Ah, I see. So this actually gives you the hints in case you missed it. Yeah, I love this game for the weirdness too. Like, I know some people shit talk walking simulators, but I like walking simulators too, especially ones that tell a narrative like this. I wouldn't go so far as to say they're the future of gaming per se, but I do like these types of, games that tell narratives. There will be a reward for finding them all. Lies, who are you? Stop kidding yourselves. I want them so much. I want to go home. There will be cleaning of this wall required. We can do it. Red room. Figlies are hard to find. Okay, so you did decide on that, huh? Thank you. Good luck. Well, I know where to go.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, we're going downstairs to get the figurine first.
You're getting close now, Stanley. You've nearly gotten all of the Figurines. Very soon, you'll collect the last
Absolutely.
one. And then the first number will equal
I
the
love video
second
gaming
number,
for the
and
storytelling
that will
just
be
as
it.
much as the gameplay,
We'll
which
be different
is why
people by then.
a lot of narrative
different in the
games like
sense
this
that we
appeal
used
to
to
me
have
very
none
much.
of them. And now we have them all. You can't go back to when you had no Figurines. None of us can.
So, yeah. It's actually kind of funny, too, because James Stephanie Sterling, yesterday we saw in, the review segment with the unpressurized gas, he gave this game a 9 out of 10, or they, I should say, gave this game a 9 out of 10, yet they also completely shat on Dear Esther. So, yeah, I don't get it. Sometimes. Okay, to the left. The executive bathroom. To be rich, is it a crime? To commit crimes, isn't it rich? What a life would it be to just pick up just one? Time. Extreme bathrooms. I wish I could read that, but I can't, because it's kind of sort
And
of
there
out
it
of
is,
reach.
the last Stiggly Wiggly. Savor this moment, Stanley. This is a real accomplishment. This is doing something just for the sake of doing it. Where so many people expect to be rewarded for the most trivial achievements, you've insisted that a job well done is its own reward. I would tell you that I'm proud of you for collecting them all, but that would be a reward,
I like Dear Esther
and we
too.
can't have that. So, instead I'll just say, it's done. We're all done here. And now we can go to whatever the hell you were doing before you hunted for figurines.
There is, by the way, also another achievement for playing for playing the game on the entire duration of a Tuesday. I do not know how the heck they came up with either that or the 10-year achievement, really. So yeah. So now I take it I just have to finish.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this. What dark secret was being held from him? What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course,
there's another achievement.
Stanley couldn't possibly have known
There's
this.
another achievement related to the keypad, so it's a very silly achievement, but yes, here it is. 888888.
Stanley just sat around twiddling his thumbs. Trying to input anything on the device was useless, since he could never possibly know that the combination was 2845.
Yeah, I think I got to do this one more time here.
2845.
Come on. Okay, so I got to keep entering it in. Oh, whoopsie. I think I hit the
But
555.
it turns out that the panel's emergency override kicked in, and the door just opened all by itself. And Stanley got the hell along with the story. Well, whoop-de-doo.
Aw, boo, he disabled the keypad. Damn it. I'll have to get the achievement on the next run-through. Because you said you were supposed to hit 888 until the achievement pops up, and I did. I just didn't get the achievement, so I guess I'll have to... excuse me, on the next run-through. Yikes.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, we're just going to complete this as standard so that we can reset the map.
The lights rose on an enormous room.
Actually, let me just check my achievements here really quick to make sure, see if I even got the achievement. Oh, I did get the 888 achievement. That's weird. It didn't actually show up.
Packed with television screens.
Okay.
What horrible secret
I did get
this place
the
hold?
keypad achievement.
Stanley
It just didn't
thought
show
to
up for
himself.
me, whatever.
Did he have the strength
for whatever
to
reason.
find out?
Okay, that's fine. It's fine. Okay.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
Yeah, so there's only a handful more things that I need to do in terms of the achievements.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't
One of
be
them
true.
includes a speed
Had
run of
Stanley
this,
really been under
which would
someone's
require me
control all
to
this
basically
time?
do what I've been
Was this the
doing
only
to get
reason
the
he was
ending?
happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
So yeah.
No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Okay.
But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it.
Uh-huh.
blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how
Get on with it! Yes,
whatever
get on
life
with
he
it.
lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, the game changed again.
Stanley, I'm sorry, but I have to put a pause on things. It's those figurines, those figures. I haven't stopped thinking about them since you nabbed every last one. Wasn't it just the most intrinsically fulfilling moment of your entire life? Didn't it fill you to the brim with inner richness? Yes, I know we're supposed to be telling a story, but won't you please indulge me with one more trip back to the memory zone? I would love nothing more than to revisit the figurines just one more time.
I love how elaborate, like, this whole memory zone thing is. Like, it doesn't fit, like, at all. I do love the idea, though, like, of the memory zone. When Stanley... Now remembering when Stanley found the collectibles. Nice. Speaking of, Tranquil...
Here's where it all began. The first collectible. Back then, we had no idea of how many of them we'd find. Sure, it said 6 right there on the screen, but how could we know for certain? We're so innocent. We'll never be like that again, Stanley.
Sure. Let me guess, we gotta collect them all again. That is so weird, though, like, that... 7 of 6. Hey, nice.
And here was the second Stanlerine. You found this one all on your own just by poking around behind the boss's office. You did that, Stanley. I'll be honest. Back then, I had no faith in you to find any of them, let alone 6. But you continue to surprise me in all sorts of mundane, unremarkable ways.
Ha! Really? Great. Now, how do I get to them? And how do I get to it? Do I have to... Can I get to it? Oh, right here. I saw the light bulb and I was like, wait a minute, what? How do I get to that?
Okay, let's do a little quiz. Which of these rooms was the room you found your third mini Stan? Can you remember?
It was the red blue doors. Warehouse was after.
No. The red and blue door room was the fourth place you found a Stanley, not the third. Well, I guess perhaps I shouldn't be surprised. Memories like these are so precious and so cherished that they all just sort of blend together, don't they? You know what? If the red and blue door room feels like the third place you found a collectible, then who am I to go making judgments?
Yay! Nice.
Let's see, what came next? Oh yes, we found a Figly in this pink room. Oh well, I can't actually say I remember being in this room, but it's here in the memory zone, so it must have happened.
No. No, I don't think that's true at all. I think you're making this up as you go along. Here it is.
This was the fifth mini Stan, and this one was really something special. It was under the stairs. I remember it so clearly. In fact, because this one is particularly special to me, I made a little video to commemorate the occasion. Enjoy.
Oh, God. Oh, my God. It's an old... Oh, it's a literal PowerPoint presentation. Oh, God. Remember the old YouTube collector videos when people used to use those types of transitions? Not quite to that level, but they used to use like those PowerPoint transitions and stuff. Good one. How very 2005 YouTube of you. Best boy.
Takes you back, doesn't it? I spent a lot of time making that video, but it was 8 minutes I wouldn't have spent on anything else.
8 minutes. Oh, God. Hilarious. Oh, okay. And... Gonna lead me by the nose. Oh.
And then, Stanley, then we came to the last collectible, the final figurine, right here in the boss's bathroom. This memory is the most distinct and clear in my mind, perhaps because it was the one that happened more recently than all the others. Who can truly say how the mind works? All I know is that this is the moment where you picked up a Figly and I thought to myself, yes, that's all of them. They're all collected. It was a moment unlike any other. Except for the other moments picking up figurines, which it was exactly like.
Nice. Hilarious. Whoa, you are in the present.
There was no more, because we've caught up to the present moment. Nothing left to do but move onward into the future. Goodbye, memory zone.
Nice. Love it.
No, I'm not done. I'm not ready to move on. Stop the loading screen. Isn't there some way we can stay here, keep enjoying these figurines? Let's just go backwards. We'll do the memory zone again from the opposite direction. See how that feels.
Okay. Okay. You just gonna draw this out a little further?
Okay, yes, the boss's bathroom. I remember this. I must say, of all the figurines we looked at in our initial tour of the memory zone, this one is the most distinct and clear in my mind. Let's keep going. I want more.
Oh, narrator.
And here's where I made that video. Don't you remember the video we watched?
Yes. Okay,
Yes,
all right.
I love that video.
Might as well collect them all again.
Still don't remember the pink room, Stanley. Still no memory of this one. Good room, though. A solid room.
Yeah. No kidding. I don't remember it either.
These really were a treat to hunt down. You know, if there had been any kind of reward for finding all of these, it really would have neutered the intrinsic joy of collecting them. I'm very glad we resisted the temptation. Next one.
Sure.
This was our second Figley. Don't you remember? Yes, I remember it too. The past is truly a wonderful thing. Why does anyone ever choose to leave it? Keep going.
Because, like my state motto says, you must move forward.
This is it. The very first one we found in the exhibit where I introduced you to the Figurines. Oh, I want more memories, Stanley. I want to keep going. What else is there? What came before this?
I don't know. Go backwards, I guess. Collect them all. You can find them, you can find them. It was the Stanley Parable too. Environment.
Look, it's the terrible new content that we were originally sold on. I remember hating it back then, but time does put a rosy filter on everything. In fact, I dare say I'm actually quite fond of it now. Look how much fun the past is. I want more. More memories.
Hang on here, I'm gonna get a drink before we continue the nostalgia trip. And I'm back. I didn't have to go far for the drink.
Oh, yes, the two doors. Who could have forgotten that? A classic memory, this one.
And my office.
And before everything else, there was your office. Is there anything else? Was there something that came before your office? There's something I feel I can remember. I can remember. Yes.
Nope.
I'm remembering something now. I remember before this whole story got started. Back then I was different. I used to make big decisions. I was passionate. I was skeptical. I weighed each decision with profound thoughtfulness. And then somewhere along the way, I stopped making decisions. I became lazy, and I came up with a character named Stanley to do my thinking for me. He would make the decisions. He would decide which way to go. I would cheer him on as he collected figurines for no reason. Why did I invent Stanley? Was I lonely? Yes, perhaps that's it. Perhaps I needed to imagine I had companionship. And Stanley really did make for a wonderful companion, even if he was a fiction. But I suppose it's grown old. I want to think for myself again. I want to go back to how it used to be. Yes, I can be on my own again. I can do it. I'll be stronger this time. I'll take care of myself. I don't need Stanley anymore. Oh, but he truly was so much fun to play with. You know what? Since we're in the memory zone, how about one more good memory? Let's go back just once and give Stanley one more run of the office, and then I'll retire him for good. I did enjoy telling his story so very much. Okay, here we go. This is the story of a man named Stanley.
Oh boy. Well. Alright, as soon as it loads, I'm gonna check and see if I got the achievement, and if I did, then for the figurines and the epilogue, and if I did, then I am going to... No, I didn't get it. Okay. Hang on here.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay. Totally not creepy. Okay, then. Okay. Oh, okay. So now it says that the epilogue will... I see. Never mind. Alright, we're just gonna progress
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Let's see here now.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Yeah, we're gonna...
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. What could it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk, pulling books off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his... Stanley was in such a rush to get through the story as quickly as possible, he didn't even have a single minute to just let the narrator talk. That kind of anxiety isn't healthy, so he relaxed for a few moments with some calming New Age music.
Nice. Oh, little fussy army. Little fussy army narrator.
Feeling soothed and rejuvenated, Stanley calmly walked forward into the opened passageway.
Alright, so this time, unless something else happens, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna use this opportunity for the escape ending that we've been kind of teased with when we go to the mind control facility. Okay. Alright. Now there's actually an epilogue segment in the main menu. Yeah, adult. That was giving... Yeah, exactly. I was getting Dr.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Alright, we're going to actually skip that. We're going to go through the escape route that we've never done before. And apparently in order to get the figurine achievement collectible, I'm not ashamed to admit that in order to get that achievement completed, I looked up a walkthrough, and there's apparently supposed to be a method called epilogue, or a thing called epilogue at the menu screen. But we're going to escape. We're going to try the escape.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Yeah, you say that, but I don't think I believe you, Mr. Narrator.
The door behind him was not shut. Stanley still had every opportunity to turn around and get back on track.
Oh, what can I say? It's like the Silent Hill never-ending staircase. This is the never-ending hallway.
At this point, Stanley was making a conscious, concerted effort to walk forward and willingly confront his death.
I fear no reaper. Really? That's just it? It's just a drop? Lame. All that effort, all that teasing. I almost feel foolish for wasting time. Oh, no, never mind. Oh. Oh, it's not the end.
As the machine whirled into motion and Stanley was inched closer and closer to his demise, he reflected that his life had been of no consequence whatsoever. Stanley can't see the bigger picture. He doesn't know the real story, trapped forever in his narrow vision of what this world is. Perhaps his death was of no great loss, like plucking the eyeballs from a blind man. And so he resigned and willingly accepted this violent end to his brief and shallow life. Farewell, Stanley.
God damn it. He is literally gonna kill me.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Ha! Nice. I don't know who stepped in to save me, but thank you.
And yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish?
Yes. Yes, very much so. Interesting plot twist.
When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Ooh. Dead from the moment he hit start. Corridor. Pacing his section is just important to get right. Wow. Wow. Nature paintings. So this is like literally a display of everything that we can see. Stanley computer. This is literally a display of everything we could see. From the beginning of the game, past Stanley's office, 2 doors built, sections have been added and altered. Impressive. I wonder who this lady is, the 2 doors. The set of 2 doors is a very concrete piece of... Once this is created, the rest of the game emerged as an extension of it. Impressive. The office. Dun, dun, dun. Button sounds. Each sound is a mix of a keyboard stroke and a synthesized tone. Oh, that's kind of neat. Behold the art assets of the Stanley Parable. Oh, look, one guy was playing solitaire. I didn't know an old compact could do that. The credits, nice. Crows. Interesting. The impeccable Kevin brightening. I believe I don't know why I can't pronounce that correctly. Okay, is there anything... Do they all lead the same way? Maintenance room. Interesting. Fascinating, Captain. The war zone. Oh, I don't think we've actually I actually don't think we've too joking on the nose for the tone of the game. Some people might have returned like shooters, which is not as our intent. Nice. Interesting. Anthony D, what is this strange number? Visiting the narrator. Entered any of the other rooms. Narrator emails. Interesting. Yeah, so this is quite literally concept design. Apartment timer. The apartment ending. Give you 15 seconds to pick up the phone. Not picking it up would lead to a different ending. Interesting. Very interesting. Interesting. The inner workings. Oh yeah, I'm. That's definitely not my choice. You can definitely tell that somebody is like, "Oh, is this heaven or is this just a dream?" I get it. Like the white lights of heaven. The Zending levers of the Zending. Okay. Man, 4 major trailers. The spirit of the game. Interesting. Fascinating. Sorry if I'm not taking the time to read all of these. Escape menu. From the escape menu. Heh, interesting. Begin the game again. That might be what I end up having to do. Countdown ending. Okay, so that's the exit. What else is over here, though? Boss's office. This is like literally just a concept gallery for everything. It's both cool and it's just kind of like, okay.
Throwing a surprise
Why is
party
this
for
here?
him for all his button pushing. Does that sound plausible? When Stanley came to the lift, he travelled
Narration
upwards to the
outtakes.
parcels at the top of the facility to end this injustice forever.
Roughly 3 times over the 2.
Stanley stood on the snow. Now look closely, Stanley. See how it's impossible for the player to do anything in this room.
Interesting. I do mean that. It's like very interesting. Huh. Okay.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another.
Oh
How
my.
they both wish to be free.
Okay. This is weird.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Turn off your Xbox. There's no other way to beat this game. As long as you move forward, you'll be walking someone else's path. Stop now and it'll be your only true choice.
No.
Whatever you do, choose it. Don't let time choose for you. Don't let...
Splat. Well, that was a fun little detour. Interesting. Interesting, interesting. Alright, I'm assuming this will be a reset. Yep. Well, there's a phone ringing. Okay, you got my curiosity game. The green phone.
Good morning. Thank you for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation. We are confirming your shipment of 1,327 cardboard boxes to your place of work. Can you verify that this is correct? Excellent. Your order will arrive shortly. Thank you again for contacting the Future Happiness Foundation.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna... Hang on. I'm gonna quit the menu and I'm gonna see if I can find this epilogue here. No? Okay, maybe I just had to keep playing. I don't know. We'll see. I'll go through it one more time here and see if the epilogue gets triggered in a different way, because I do technically have one other ending that I've never gone through.
This is the story.
Yeah.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, hey! Those cardboard boxes I ordered showed up. Nice. Ah, they're everywhere! Cardboard everywhere!
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
There's one more, there's one other...
Standing now in this incredible room, Stanley for the first time
to.
understood true happiness. Then the feeling went away, and he felt sad again. Then it came back. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
And then took the cargo elevator.
And so he detoured through the maintenance section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Nope, we're going to the maintenance. We're gonna ride the maintenance elevator, maintenance shaft, because we haven't done this before. I think this is.
But Stanley didn't want to go
endings.
back to the office. He wanted to wander about and get even further off track. So now, in order to get back, he needed to go, from here, it's, left.
Even he didn't know where he was gonna send me.
Oh, no. No, it's to the right. My mistake. No, not the right. Why would I have ever said it was to the right? What was I thinking? It's clearly... Oh, dear, would you hold on for a minute, please? Now, let's see. We went down right, left, down, left, right. Yep, okay, yes. I've got it now. This story is absolutely, definitely this way.
Okay, let us continue. And definitely finish this. Or, this is one ending that I know I haven't gotten, and I'm kind of curious to see. Aw, this just leads back to the mind control facility.
No. This isn't right at all. You're not supposed to be here yet. This is all a spoiler. Quick, Stanley, close your eyes. Okay. We just have to get back to, oh, who am I kidding? It's all rubbish now. The whole story completely unusable. How about, rather than waste my time trying to salvage this nonsense, we'll just restart the game from the beginning. And this time, suppose we don't wander so far off track, Okay, from the top.
Ah, boo! Boo! You coward. You cowardly narrator. Why the heck would we have gone through all that malarkey?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
No cardboard boxes? Okay. Where all cardboard boxes go?
When Stanley...
Whoa!
Wait, what? No, I restarted. I swear, I definitely restarted the game over, completely fresh. Everything should be... Oh, did something change? Stanley, did you change anything when we were back in that room with all the monitors? Did you move the story somewhere, or... Hold on. Why am I asking you? I'm the one who wrote the story. It was right here just a minute ago. I know for sure that it's here somewhere. Okay, then. It's an adventure. Come, Stanley. Let's find the story.
Oh, God. Which door do I go into? Ah! It's a labyrinth. It's a labyrinth.
I'll say it. This is the worst adventure I've ever been on. I can promise you there definitely was a story here before. Do we need to restart the game again? Well, I find it unlikely that we'll ever progress by starting over and over again, but it's got to be better than this. Okay, let's give it a shot. Why not?
No! Don't. All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Let's see where it goes. Uh-oh.
Okay, yep, it's worse. I might be remembering this wrong. It's possible the story is back where we just came from. Why don't we go back the other direction and see if we missed anything?
Okay.
Aha! I knew we'd miss something. The story. Here it comes.
Except the blue lighting.
No, wait. Never mind. Not the story. Okay, let's head back the other way and retrace our steps.
I take it this is called the Labyrinth Ending.
Now this... Well, I'll be honest. I don't recognize this place at all. Is this the story? I don't think so. I can't quite recall, but I believe my story took place in an office building. Is that correct? Do you remember, Stanley? Well, do you know what? Since I've completely forgotten what we were supposed to be doing, how about this? You win! Congratulations! I know you put in a lot of hard work, and it really paid off, so good job. Oh, no. No, I don't feel right about this at all. We both know you didn't put in any actual work for that win.
Thank you, Toy
Some
Toy.
people win fair and square, and this was not one of those
tomorrow
situations.
night. Have a good one, man.
I'm getting
Peace
weirded
out,
out by whatever
Toy
this
Toy.
place is. I don't care what might happen this time. I have to restart.
And in doing so, the narrator completely fucked it up. The adventure
All right,
line.
I've got a solution. This time, to make sure we don't get lost, I've employed the help of the Stanley Parable Adventure Line. Just follow the line. How simple is that?
Also, I do believe that it would be called the Stanley Parable 1 line if I was still playing, quote unquote, the first version. Okay.
You see? The line knows where the story is. It's over in this direction. Onward, Stanley, to destiny. Though, here's a thought. Wouldn't wherever we end up be our destination, even if there's no story there? Or to put it another way, is the story of no destination still a story? Simply by the act of moving forward, are we implying a journey such that a destination is inevitably conjured into being via the very manifestation of the nature of life itself? Okay, Stanley, I need to follow this train of thought for a minute. Just stick with me. Now, we can both agree that the nature of existence is in fact a byproduct of one's subjective experience of that existence, right? Okay, now if my experience of your existence rests inside of your subjective experience of this office, is this office in fact the skeleton of my own relative experiential mental subjective construct? Whoa. Hang on. That got a bit weird back there. Well, I'd like to apologize. Not sure where I was going with all that. You know what? I think what we need right now is a bit of music to lighten the mood.
Nice.
Cut the music, go back and look at that fern. Stanley, this fern will be very important later in the story. Make sure you study it closely and remember it carefully. You won't want to miss anything.
Sure.
Wait, what? We're back at the office? No. Line, you do know we're looking for the Stanley Parable, right? The story? Is any of this ringing a bell?
Oh boy.
Oh, no, not again, Line. How could you have done this to us? And after we trusted you, after everything we've been through, you... Oh, I can't take this anymore. To hell with it. Restart.
Oh my god. It's so simple, it's so silly. He improved it?
You know
Narrator?
what, Stanley? I say forget the adventure line. What's it ever done for us? We're intelligent people, right? Why can't we make up our own story? Something exciting, daring, mysterious. Ooh, this all sounds perfectly doable. Why don't we simply start wandering in, well, I don't know. How about this direction?
Oh, okay.
Now, yes, this is exciting. Just me and Stanley forging a new path, a new story. Well, it could be anything. What do you want our story to be? Go wild. Use your imagination. Whatever it might be, Stanley, I'm ready for it. Oh, no, not you again. Stanley, I'd also like to veto the line from having any role in our awesome new story. No lines or monitor rooms. Just don't acknowledge it, and we should be fine.
Nice. Crazy squiggly lines.
Ah, a choice. We get to make a decision. From here, the story is in our control. How important we mustn't squander the opportunity. In fact, I believe I need a minute to think here. Just walk in circles for a minute. Okay, so I know that each door has to lead somewhere, which means that somewhere, the place where we're trying to go, there must be a reverse door that leads here. And that in turn means that our destination corresponds with the counter-inverted reverse door's origin. So starting from the right, let us ask, will taking the right door lead us to where we're going? And since the answer is clearly yes, then by all accounts, the door on the right is the correct one. Another victory for logic. Come, Stanley, our destiny awaits.
Okay.
Oh, hold on,
The
what's
confusion
this?
ending.
The confusion ending. You're telling me that's what this is? It's all one giant ending? And we're supposed to restart the game, what, eight times? That's really how all this goes? It's all determined? So now, according to the schedule, I restart again. Then what? Am I just supposed to forget? Well, what if I don't want to forget? My mind goes blank simply because it's written here on this thing, wall. Well, who consulted me? Why don't I get to decide? Why don't I get a say in all of this? Is it really? No, it can't be. I don't want it to be. I don't want the game to keep restarting. I don't want to forget what's going on. I don't want to be trapped like this. I won't restart the game. I won't do it. I won't do it. I won't do it. And the timer stopped? Does that mean, did we do it? Did we break the cycle? The, whatever it is that made this schedule? How would we even know? Will someone come for us? Will something happen? So, okay. I guess now we just wait, you know. I suppose in some way that this is a kind of story, wouldn't you agree? I'm not quite sure if we're in the destination or the journey, though they're always saying that life is about the journey and not the destination, so I hope that's where we are right now. We'll find out, won't we? Eventually. Well, in the meantime...
Uh-oh. Well, we're on the confusion ending trail, whether we want it or not.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Okay. Play like normal.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Okay, then.
Okay, I think we all know the drill by now. Blah, blah, blah. Dark secrets, the keypad. Stanley pushes some buttons. Oh, hey, look, it's a new passageway. Quelle surprise.
Nice. Even he's given up on it.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
We're gonna figure out what's going on with this confusion ending before... And maybe I'll end up calling it a stream after that.
The lights rose on an enormous
ending.
room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content. Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
I guess the confusion ending is over then. Because... yeah, I guess the confusion ending is over because nothing else happened.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over? Yes! He had won! He had defeated the machine! Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door. Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Okay, so that seems to be nothing changed from that. I think I've gone through most of the endings now. Maybe there's more secrets to discover. Let's see if this does anything. Because I want to trigger the epilogue that gets me the figurines achievement.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to...
Yeah, I want to show you guys the epilogue for the figurines achievement before I call it a stream. Okay. Hang on here. I gotta pull up my guide again. Okay. Oh, okay. So...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427.
Dialogue again.
Employee number 427's job was simple.
Yeah.
He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
All right.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the
I have
meeting
to go
room.
down
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
a specific door, so maybe this door will be open now. Again? No. Okay. I'm gonna quit the main menu again and see if I can't get this, because I want the epilogue here to I'm going to do this one more time, the restart, and then if this does not work, then excuse me. Okay, so it says close the game and then relaunch it. Okay, so I'm not going to do that on stream because, you know, if I close the game, it'll just...
This is the story of a man.
If I close the game, it'll just end up not working, like or I should say it'll end my stream.
All of his co-workers were gone.
So what I'm going to end up doing
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm going to end up going through the very first ending that we got in the game again, just for nostalgia's sake. And then after that, I will end up calling it a stream.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So, yeah.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an... Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office. Here's the door, just go.
Huh, nice. You know, I actually might do the speed running afterwards, but now that I can, but I'll do it on my own time.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility. The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out? Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing. This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No, he refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world? But here was the proof, the heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy or sad or content, walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Yeah, except this time we're not going to do that. We're going to get the countdown ending. Just for shits and giggles to end this stream.
Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now. Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you, about me, where we're going, what all this means. I barely know where to start. What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're going to die anyway. I'll tell you exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free. Of course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever, pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing. Watching you try to make sense of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure whatever I come up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness,
Here it is.
only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees. Oh dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it that you have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now? Or did you just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off? I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room.
That didn't open the door, damn it, no!
Buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this big red button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless. To see you made humble. This is not a challenge. It's a tragedy. You wanted to control this world, that's fine. But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't. Take a look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing. No ending here, just you being blown to pieces.
There's no way out.
Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count. Or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I say, happily ever up.
I do like that ending. Alright. Oh, it is different. You know what? I might stick with this after all, because... Yes! Ah... I think. No. There's no 416, though.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. Giddy in a way, but eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left. Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago. Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not sure, but in his eagerness to prove that he is in control of the story and no one gets to tell him what to do, Stanley leapt from the platform and plunged to his death. Good job, Stanley. Everyone thinks you are very powerful.
I just wanted to reset to see if I can get access to a certain door from the office. And if not, then I'm going to call it a stream. I won't hold up people with the achievement hunt, or at the very least the attempt to collect the epilogue for the action figure achievement.
The meeting room. Yes, that's where everyone would be. Stanley just needed to get to the meeting room, and from then on, he would never be alone ever again.
Okay. Alright. I'm going to call it a stream here now, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you really enjoy the Stanley Parable, I do recommend that you pick it up yourself, just to experience it. Even if you feel like all of it has been spoiled for you, I apologize, but I do recommend you play it still, because there's something about controlling it yourself that means everything. The next stream that I will be doing will be Fallout New Vegas on Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And we're going to be commencing with the final DLC, The Lonesome Road. And once that is done, I will finish the main plot of that. And other streams, well, they'll be pending. But once again, thank you all very, very much for watching. I hope you all have a very pleasant and wonderful day. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay beautiful. Have a good rest of your weekend. Ta-ta for now. Until next time.